This is John with the latest on the NFL AFC playoff race as we go into Week 5. Calculations are from my free tool at playoffcomputer.appspot.com. Check that out to add drama to your own fantasy football league. If you want to encourage my behavior here, obsessing about playoff races, there are a couple options on the website. And of course, all the internet likes are appreciated. As I mentioned last week, I'm tinkering with the format, and I think I'll try and keep it brief here and do an expanded podcast on Spotify to help while away the time if you are interested. The Playoff Race podcast over there. Here is an overview of the AFC. Dolphins lost, and 3 teams joined them at 3-1. The Ravens mathematically have the best playoff chance among the group at 68%, as their odds to win a division spot are slightly higher. But we are, of course, still early in the season. They and the Bills jumped the most in the odds department this week. There's a large group at 2-2, all somewhere around the 45% figure, with the Browns having the worst chances among that group due to having lower division chances. They and the Raiders saw their chances drop the most this week. The group at 1-3 has around a 1-4 chance of going to the playoffs. The Patriots have the best chance probability-wise, as they have the best conference record among that group. And the Bengals are at the bottom of the list due to now having a 0-3 conference record. Now let's look at each division in the AFC, starting with the East. It looks like a 2-team race for the division between the Dolphins and Bills, both at 3-1 with 1-1 division marks. The Dolphins have one more conference win, both close to a 2-3 chance of making the playoffs. The Bills have that win against the Dolphins, which gives them a slight advantage to win the division right now. But the Dolphins have a better conference record, including a head-to-head win over a likely playoff contender, the Chargers. Very early estimates are that 11 wins-ish will be good for winning the division, with 10 wins being the projected mark needed for a wild card. The Jets, with that rough loss against the Chiefs, and the Patriots being wrangled by the Cowboys, now find their chances around 1-4. The team rankings projections are for the Bills to win the division and the Dolphins to take a wildcard spot. Thanks to them for letting me use their data. You can check out them at teamrankings.com. Of course, their preseason projections for the Jets to be players took a hit with the Aaron Rodgers injury. Over in the AFC North, the Ravens have taken charge of a win and losses by both the Steelers and Browns, and the Bengals for that matter. The Ravens now have about a 50-50 chance to win the division, helped by that 2-0 division record. The Steelers do have the advantage over the Browns with that 1-0 division record versus the Browns already at 1-2. The Bengals are in a world of hurt, both physically and in the odds. 1-3 with a 0-2 division record and 0-3 conference record practically puts them another half game back in the standings. Best early guess is 12 wins for a division winner. The team rankings projections show it being a race between the Ravens and Browns for the division, with the Steelers and Bengals being out of the picture. The Bengals being the notable outlier from their preseason projections. In the AFC South, either everyone wants the division or no one wants it. All teams at 2-2. The Titans haven't played a division game yet, while the rest are 1-1 amongst themselves, with the Titans and Colts having a slight advantage to making the playoffs with 2-1 conference records, while the Jaguars are lagging in that department with a 1-2 mark. Each team's chances are a little shy of 50-50, the Jaguars being a little more shy from it. The early guess is 11 wins for division winner. Team rankings projections now show it being a 4-team battle at the end, with the Texans having a smidgen of a fraction more chance. Looks like they have become believers in their surprising play as compared to the preseason estimates. Finally, the AFC West. The Chiefs leading the way after surviving the Jets experience, or the Taylor Swift distraction experience. And if you told me 2 months ago I would be mentioning that name during NFL discussions, I would have laughed and laughed and laughed. Anyway, the Chiefs have yet to play anyone in the division, while the Chargers do have one division victory after beating the Raiders to keep pace. The Chargers' 1-2 conference record is not necessarily helping, though, for their playoff chances. Broncos and Raiders at 1-3 now have about a 1-4 chance to make the playoffs. And the early guess on wins for the division is 11. The team rankings projections, of course, have the Chiefs cruising along with the Chargers being in a battle for a wild card spot, with the Raiders and Broncos being non-factors. That's it for now. Again, my site is playoffcomputer.appspot.com. Please check it out if you play in, or in particular, commish a fantasy or other sports league, or want to support this mission in Stack Geekery. Feel free to send comments, questions, or suggestions. Enjoy your day.